Good evening, friends. Now, about discussion class national movement, the early phase 1885 1919. 19th century in some major cities like Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay, a new consciousness began to develop. The intellectuals of the time opposed to the inequalities and injustices of the old social system. In 1866, Dadabhai Nauroji organized the East India Association in London to discuss the Indian question. In 1866, Dadabhai Nauroji organized the East India Association in London. First of all, this is the East India establishment, 1866, Dadabhai Nauroji, this is London. Next, during 1866 to 1885, various leaders like Surendranath Banerjee, Justice M.G. Ranade, Badruddin Tabji, K.C. Tilang, and G. Subramaniam Iyer organized associations in Calcutta, Pune in Maharashtra, Bombay, and Madras to discuss the many problems faced by the Indians in those provinces. The Indian National Congress, the moderate phase 1885 1905. This is moderate phase 1885. INC, Indian National Congress 1885 December in Bombay. First President to Umesh Chandra Banerjee attempt to 72 delegates from different parts of India. The early leaders Dadabhai Nauroji, Firoz Shah Mehta, Badruddin Sabdi, W.C. Banerjee is the president to the INC establishment to have him, aligned activities him, the retired the British General Officer. There were very few women like Kadambani Ganguly, who was the first woman graduate from Calcutta. Moderate pace in main leaders like Nauroji, R.C. Dutt and M.G. Ranade studied the economics impact of the British rule and concluded that the British were draining India of her wealth through taxes and other means and leaving her poorer and poorer. Second page, extremist page 1905 1920. The government partition began in 1905. Several protest meetings were held and a call was given for boycotting English cloth and salt. The moderates and the extremists. In the next Congress seasons 1905, the extremist nationalists led by Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal and Lal Lajpat Rai were in favor of extending the movement of the rest of India and the demand for full-fledged freedom or Swaraj. Balagandhar Tilak gave the famous slogan, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. They wanted to move away from the earlier strategy of submitting petitions to government to mobilizing the masses against the British rule and forcing the British to give up and go. They called the earlier stage as mendicancy or beginning for alms. The old leaders called moderate nationalists wanted to continue on a more gradual pace of movement and felt that the masses were as yet not ready for a full-scale movement for freedom and self-rule. 1907 Surat season into 2. The extremist leaders like Tilak were forced to leave the Congress. The national movement revived again in 1915 when Tilak came back from his exile and joined hands with Anbisent to launch a movement for home rule. The two Factions of the Congress united again in 1916 through Lucknow Pact. One day on 16th October 1905, the day the partition of Bengal went to the effect. Vande Mataram slogan in Bengal. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Vande Mataram written by was Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Vande Mataram, people tied racks on each other's hands as a symbol of unity of the two halves of Bengal. Later in the day, Ananda Mohan Bose and Surendranath Banerjee addressed to mass meetings attended by about 75,000 people. Krishna Patrika was started in Machilipatnam in 1902. Manturi Krishnarao was one of the founder of the paper and from 1902 was associated with its sub-editor.